In order to survive in a Western capitalist country, one needs to be able to exchange the products of their effort for, money that's going to allow them to live.
Well, you touched on something that's interesting, Sara. Sara and Clare Bronfman are here with me, along with their attorney, Steve Coffey. And that is money, because I've always been under the impression, based on my readings, that there's a lot of money involved with NXIVM. That's not true?
And a lot of money involved how? Okay,
there's a lot of people that when they come in, excuse me, I hate it when talk show hosts sound general. Specifically, people when they come in give money to NXIVM or turn over money to NXIVM. That's not true?
NXIVM's a business.
Okay.
There is a product, you pay for the product, you get the product.
Okay. Do some people pay more than others?
Nope.
Okay. It's across the board, it's the same.
Across the board, exactly the same.
What exactly on Wednesday are both of you hoping for here? Are you hoping that the word is spread? Did you just want to bring him to your hometown? By the way, before you even answer that, let me make something clear, because I may be wrong. Both of you are really the driving forces behind him coming here. Am I wrong?
Yes.
I would actually
correct.
say more so Sara than myself.
Yeah.
Sara has really, this has been a 2 or 3 year endeavor, and she has, it's really quite remarkable to watch with the tenacity that she's pursued bringing him here. Mm-hmm. And I think it really speaks to her values and what she wants to see, which is really, moving humanity forward.
Okay, now what are you hoping for, Sara? What do you hope he does here? Because you know his message.
Yeah. I think, his coming here really is for our community, for the Albany community. And I think that he has, we're in difficult times right now, all of us, no matter who you are. And I think that His Holiness's message is one of inclusion. It's one of human values are the most important values, outside of religious differences, socioeconomic differences, all of those things. And my hope is that people will be touched by him. I know people will be touched by him. I don't really have to hope for that. But my hope is that they will hear his words, hear the words of someone who has been through far more difficult times than anyone in this town can imagine. Being, exiled from your country, and they had nothing. His people have had nothing. And, if we think that we've had a hard time with people scandalizing us and, talking negatively about us, we don't hold a candle to this man. The things that the Chinese have said and done to him, and no one has tortured my relatives, no one has done anything like that. So I think taking his advice, listening to him and listening to his words of wisdom, and looking at ourselves and embracing, each other in this community, my hope is that the community will be inspired, invigorated, will start to understand that we all share a common human experience, and will be moved positively by that.
I'm a little bit surprised at something here. We've been talking about it almost every morning, and that is the idea that it's not sold out yet. Are you surprised at that?
It's an interesting thing, there's two things. I think one, just speaking with the box office over at the Palace, there is a certain trend, which is most people don't buy their tickets until very late in the day. There are less than 1,000 tickets yet left. I believe they will be gone in the next 2 days.
Right.
I'm not sure that...
Well, the timing, we've also talked about the fact that it's at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, right?
Correct.
And that doesn't help.
No.
That doesn't help. You're going to get a good turnout. You're going to sell the place out, but it'll be at the last minute.
You're right.
But the turnout will be good. There will be a lot of people in Albany for his appearance.
Yeah, and I think, hate to say this, but, His Holiness speaks normally to, last time I saw him speak publicly was to a crowd of 60,000 people.
Right.
So to be in a room with him with 2,000 people or just over 2,000 people is a very rare opportunity.
Oh, I couldn't agree with you more. You're right about this.
The less people there, the more for those of us who are there.
No, you're right about this. The opportunity to be around someone who is as embraced worldwide as he is, and let's face it, there are a lot of different religions around the world. There are a lot of different followings around the world, but his is one of clear humanitarianism. No, I couldn't agree with you more. I think you're both right about that. And I think it's a huge, it's a very big deal for somebody of his stature to come to this area.
Yeah.
And now, what will he do when he's here, though? He'll work. He'll be busy during the day. Is he leaving the area right after he's done? Will he be out of here?
Yeah.
Okay, he's got other places to go. And then, is he coming? Did one of you suggest that he's coming back sometime in the future?
I would imagine.
Okay. If you two don't mind, we're talking to Sara and Clare Bronfman, who are residents of the Capital District. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Yes.
And it's going to be that way for a while, right?
I hope so.
And their attorney, Steve Coffey, is here. You're enjoying living here, right?
Very much so.
Because it's been a few years now. You've had ample time to make up your mind whether or not you like it here.
Yes.
And it's not a bad area.
It's not. It's great.
Maybe not a big fan of the newspaper, but you're fans of the area, right? Tell me, how's your relationship now? Your dad is still alive, right?
Correct.
How's your relationship with him? Is he around? Does he ever come around here to visit? Is he?
I think he's been once.
Once, okay.
Yeah.
Did he like it?
I don't think my dad is a big supporter. He's not a big fan of Albany.
Okay.
You have to remember the era that he grew up in.
Oh, I do.
There was, there were some things that were going on in Albany at the time. I don't know. I wasn't around, but.
Talk to me a little bit about your accents. Did you both grow up in Europe?
Yes.
We did. We have our mother is English. We've actually had a very interesting background and very interesting.
I would say. I'd say you got a very interesting life going here.
We're very fortunate. I mean, our mother is British. When I was 2 and Sarah was 4, we moved to England with her. But she also was living in Kenya much of our childhood. So we were really afforded an incredible and unique opportunity to spend some time in the African plains.
Right.
And we've been very fortunate.
Yeah, you've been around, yeah. Yeah, and to say you've been very fortunate is very nice here, because you've led charmed lives. You really have.
Yeah, and I think the other thing about our charmed life is that, our mother recognized very early what it might do to us as children to grow up as Bronfmans in New York City. And so really Claire and I lived a very anonymous existence, and I think we're raised with probably similar values to people in Albany, which is why we come across.
I have to tell you, I've only known you for 45 minutes, okay? But I must admit, your attorney did a fabulous job before you got here of explaining how well-grounded you both are. I can draw a comparison, which I won't, because I won't insult them, to a pair of sisters in New York who just seem to be very much out of control. You have issues in the area, you're controversial, I got all that aside. You both seem, you must have had great parents.